Welcome back to another episode of Parenting in Progress. I'm Corey.
I'm Jordan.
And we're the Welches. Welcome back to another episode. Well, we had another fun weekend, didn't we, Jordan?
We did. I am tired.
I am a little bit tired. I'm a little fatigued, a little tired. It was a long weekend. Had another town celebration, town where I grew up, about 20 minutes from our place. Started out Friday night. You're looking at the bronze medalist right here, honey. How's that make you feel?
Real proud. I'm going to make a t-shirt.
But anyway, played cornhole. Me and a friend of mine played cornhole. Lost first game, got into the loser's bracket, and worked our way back up to third place. And we got done at, what time was that?
Oh my gosh. I think we left the park at 10:50 easily.
I was going to say it was around 11 because we got home close to 11:30, roughly by the time Carly got in bed. So she had a really late night. She did really well that night. I mean, she was energetic. Did she get exhausting? Yes, she did. But all in all, it wasn't like she was a little crab butt or anything like that. She was eating snacks. Grandma and Grandpa were feeding her some Cheetos and goldfish. And
popcorn.
She was popcorn. Heck yeah. So she was having a time.
She was, like, I would say the last hour for sure, she was done. Your dad, he asked her if she wanted to go with him back to their house and play and whatever. And she told him, no, I stay here. Okay. And looking back, like, we didn't know how many games you were going to play. If I knew at 9 o'clock that you were going to be playing games till 11 o'clock, heck yeah, we would have went to your parents' house. But at any moment you could have been done. And then there's a whole other part of trying to pull her away from the fun that's happening at Grandma and Grandpa's and all that stuff. So we did a little chasing around. You know, she was done with the playground. They had a glow walk for kids, and we went on that. She seemed to enjoy that. Snacks were helpful for sure. But you know what? I played cornhole too.
You did? How many games you win?
0. It was double elimination, and we got out second game. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened last time we played. But the first game, Corey, I only got one bag on the board once. They just kept sliding off. Like, I couldn't get them to stick. Second game, I was getting points for our team. Like, I was out canceling the other one. Now, did we lose? Yes. But it was a lot closer game. And it was fun. I didn't want to lose because I was like, I'm finally like doing okay. Like, am I great? No. But I was having fun.
We do have our own boards. We need some better bags. We need to buy a set of good bags, I think. And I would like it better just because ours are the cheap bean ones. And like when they hit, it goes poof. And the dust just starts making everything slick. So I think if we get a good set of bags, we have the boards. We don't play it. And honestly, the way Carly is this day and age, she's going to ruin the game anyway.
Oh yeah. And I kind of forgot about them. They're sitting right in the garage, but now like we could put them out in the grass and we could play a game and she can jump on the trampoline or she could run around and do whatever and come and bother us and then go do something else. But we're kind of at a stage where she can play outside and we can kind of let her roam a little bit versus making sure she wasn't falling downstairs or putting something in her mouth or whatever.
We do have pop darts. That's what we used to do quite a bit, was pop darts. We got the pop dart boards. Another fun game. Pretty close to cornhole to a certain point. So, but yeah, got third. We were actually 4-2. Lost our first game. Got dropped in the losers bracket. Won all the way back to third place. Lost to go to the championship, and we were done. But yeah, by then we were kind of ready to go home. So, had a really late night Friday, Carly did. Went to sleep, got back up in the morning. Carly obviously didn't sleep in because kids, when you put them to bed late, they do what? Get up a little earlier or at least the same time. And she was not in the same mood as when she went to bed, was she?
No. I mean, we all thought that she'd fall asleep right away coming home, and she didn't. Now, did she go down easy? Yes. We didn't read books. We didn't sing songs. She wanted her songs on her sound machine on, and she wanted to go in bed. And within 4 minutes, she was asleep. That was probably the easiest bedtime we've ever had. Not that it's difficult, but fastest bedtime. But in the morning, we both could tell right away that it was one of those mornings where you're like, okay, we're going to pick our battles today. She's on edge. We're going to kind of not cave in to whatever she wants, but we're just going to, it's like if there's a lion, and you're like, I don't know if that's a great analogy or not, but I feel like I have a better idea of it, but I can't get the words out. But we're not going to.
You're just really going to pick your battles. The little tiny battles that you normally be like, hey, go pick that up, or hey, don't do that. Probably not as much. Now, if she's doing something that's, let's say, a major correction of, no, we're not going to hit.
Or that's not safe.
Yeah, we're going to battle those things. But the tiny little itty bitty things, we're not going to battle. Because, yeah, she was very testy. And we've ran into this before. She's been very testy all morning long. And you're just trying to survive to get to nap time. Because if you can survive to get to nap time, she will take a good long nap, as she did. She wakes up a brand new girl. And all of that testiness is gone. And she's pretty much back to normal. So that's what we have dealt with. We've noticed that. It's only happened probably a handful of times. So it's not super often. We usually try to get her in bed, or she usually falls asleep earlier. But yeah, it was a testing morning, Saturday morning, but we had to get up because we wanted to take her to the bounce house, which had some water on it. So they had some kid games that next morning, and we wanted to get her there. Well, she did get into the bounce house, but not for very long.
She was excited. She waited in line. She loves her trampoline. She loves anything like that. So once she got into the bounce house, she was having a good time bouncing. There was maybe one other kid in there with her. And then about 3 more kids came in, and they weren't big kids. They purposely had the big kids wait a little bit, which I appreciated. So they weren't in at the same time that the little kids were in, but like 3 kids came in, and Carly was right kind of by the entrance. And then, they're barreling in, and then she fell down, and then again, still testy. So starts crying. One of your cousin's daughters was in there. She was older, definitely the oldest child, mother hen, and she got Carly over to the edge where I could talk to her. And I said, it's okay. She can take you down the slide. Just go one time. Just bounce. No, I'll be all done. So I told the cousin, I was like, it's okay. I know she's crying, but you can bring her up. I think she's going to like the slide if you can get her up there. Then we realized, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So she did crawl back out and came with me. And unfortunately, Corey and I both knew that's like, this isn't going to happen again today. There's no way she's going back in there.
Well, when there was a little puddle there from the water, because they had the water inside of the bouncy house that's what made the slide slick and that sort of stuff. So there was a hose that was running underneath there. Well, there must have been a leak a little bit because there was water sitting there on the plastic around there. And Carly loves water. She is a water girl. She plays with water table. Now, it's not like she's in it all the time, but she will get drawn to it, play in it 5-10 minutes, go do something else, and then come back. She wanted nothing to do with that water at all. So either A, it was not warm enough and it was cold.
No, it wasn't.
Or B, which I think was a mixture. I think the water was cold, and then the whole bouncy house piece, she's like, nope, I'm going to go do something else. And we did.
Was it a little bit disappointing for us that she didn't get to enjoy the bounce house? Yeah, because we know that she likes the bouncy part. But again, if she's not drawing back, you said something yesterday that fit it perfectly. If she wanted to go back to it, she would have been back to it already. It's a big, huge bouncy house with kids having fun right next to her. And if she wanted to go do it, she would have gone to it. And she didn't.
Going there, I knew it was going to depend on how many kids are there, but I was going to guess it was going to be a coin flip, whether she liked it or she didn't like it. Those things is a coin flip with her. And it's out of the gate usually. You're going to know it in the first 5 minutes whether, oh gosh, we're going to have to pry her out of this and get her away from it, or, well, she wants nothing to do with that. That was, not quotations, a waste of time, but we don't
Flop.
need to go back over there. So she played in some sand. She liked it. She spun around on a merry-go-round a little bit. She went and played with some other stuff. We did a little bit of bubbles.
Chalk.
And we didn't get over there till probably almost 11. It was pretty close to 11. So not too long after the whole bouncy house incident, she played a little bit. There was a crowd there, so we're like, hey, we want to go eat at the cafe. So we went, we ate fast, and then we went back to Grandma and Grandpa's house because we knew Carly needed a nap. And we've been trying to shoot for this 1 o'clock nap time. We did pretty good on it, about 1:30 or so. And got her down. She went to sleep real easy again. And then we just kind of chilled as a family with Mom and Dad and Jordan. And Jordan and I played a couple games together and kind of just chilled a little bit. It was a hot day.
Just kind of relaxed too. Just let me sit down in the air conditioning for a little bit.
Yeah, it was good, little relaxing time. Carly slept a total of 3 hours. Holy smokes. Then we woke her up and we started playing a little bit. And then we had to, what did we do next? We had supper next, right?
Yeah, she played at the house for a little bit.
Yeah, we had some toys and stuff we brought. She loves playing with her little ice cream station now. Went down, ate. She did a pretty good job eating all weekend for the most part.
Yeah, I knew that she wasn't going to be a big fan of the pulled pork for supper, but there was baked beans, and she did eat a lot of those. And I was like, well, that's still protein. And she had some chips. There was a pasta salad, and she's getting leery of pasta salads now. Like, oh, look, it's a noodle. And she's like, no, that's not like a cheesy noodle. That's like a noodle with something else on it. And she didn't like it. She didn't even want to try it.
If it ain't mac and cheese, then get it out of here.
Or spaghetti sauce. If it's not red or orange, it's yellow, nope. But no, she did okay. Then she ran around there for a little bit. She's had fun. Some family friends came over and ate next to us. And the wife is super upgoing and fun. And Carly was digging that and enjoying being around her.
She wasn't really enjoying the husband as much. Just
No.
He kind of likes messing with her. And we've learned this before with family that if you keep messing with her, she tends to just start staying away from you. And she doesn't trust you because you're always up to something. So she's just like, no. And he just went over the line a little bit. And not that he can't get it back or anything like that. I mean, it's not like we see them all the time. Heck, it had been a long time since we hung out with them. So anyway, he had tested her a little bit, and she was not having any of it. So she was always a little scared of him, but she loved her for sure.
She even looked at her and said, I love you. And she's never done that to anybody that we've noticed besides family. So it was so fun. Because she would just hype her up. And
we were downstairs. We were playing ping pong. We used to play ping pong all the time. We had ping pong parties a lot back in the day. And she just run around that table. Then she grabbed the big bucket of balls. And she just dump them and get them all over the place. We'd have to pick them all back up. But she was having as much fun as we were. Yeah. Even though she was the little one.
Yeah. We even broke out Candyland. Your mom, your dad, Carly, and I played Candyland while you were playing ping pong. And she made it through almost the whole game. Now, also, she got a really good card that took her clear up to the top. But she was like 2 turns away from winning and being done. But she wanted nothing else to do with it. She liked it. She was figuring it out. We needed some help. But I think it's always good. Like the teacher side of me is always good to get them to be able to sit and focus and play a game, learn all the rules, win. Like she's too young for, winning and losing, but that will come, taking turns, winning, losing, all those social skills that I feel like a lot of kids don't have. They don't know how to handle. We're instilling that young in this child.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. And, and that was where Jordan and I were talking last night that we had a good balance and I don't really have a name for it, but we had a good parent-kid balance this weekend, meaning doing stuff that the parents want to do, right? And then also doing stuff that Carly would have fun at and wanting to do. And we've talked about this off and on through our vacations and stuff. This one was another good example of it. And so just some examples there is, obviously we enrolled in cornhole tournaments with family friends, so we needed to be there. That was kind of our night, but Carly still kind of played with some stuff. She had a little glow night and some of that stuff. So it was mainly us, but a little bit her too.
But also there was the playground and just running around and playing with other random kids that she has no idea who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's not like she was just sitting there bored or anything like that. It was a late night, so that falls on us a little bit more. Taylor's towards the parents. And then the next morning, obviously we wanted to get her up early. And so we got her to, Carly time with the bounce house, which was kind of a fail. And sand and playing and that sort of stuff. That was Carly time. We wanted her to be there for that. We could have showed up in the afternoon and it would have been gone. And then she took a nap, which we needed that. So I'm going to count that as Carly time too. Mm-hmm. We were all quiet. We did what she needed to have done.
Well, and we stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Not that, your parents would have been like, yeah, go do whatever, which we could have. But yes, it's her time, but it's her time because we're allowing her. We're not like, oh, we're going to take a nap, but it's going to have to be in the car because we're driving here or whatever. No.
Yeah, there's usually a road rally in the afternoon, and we usually kind of like doing that. We probably would have tried to get Carly to nap a little early and then maybe finished up in the car, but they had something different and we didn't try it. Not saying we could have, but it was so darn hot outside too. It wasn't that hard of a choice, but we could have went back down, saw some friends and that sort of stuff. So we stayed around, had Carly, got her a good nap, and then I would say ping pong time was a little bit of both.
I would say it was both. She had lots of space to run. She was laughing and having a good time. Watch, guys, watch. That's her new thing she's done in probably the last week and a half. Guys, watch. And it's like, oh gosh, we hit the watch stage. Here we are.
Yeah, we're accelerating into that watch stage pretty fast. And now that she says, guys, and she does it until she pretty much gets your attention. They were playing ping pong and she was standing up on the stairs and I don't even know what she wanted them to watch. I think her scooting her butt down the stairs that she was doing. She's yelling at the top of her little lungs, watch, guys, watch. Watch, guys. Watch, guys. And they were not paying hardly any attention. And Carly's also a girl where if the volume of the room gets loud, Carly's got to exceed that, at least meet it, because she wants to be part of it too. So she thinks, oh, these guys are being loud. I can be loud too then. I'm just going to join the crowd. So sometimes you're like, okay, like the volume dim back down a little bit, Carly. Just take it down a notch. You're okay. The one choice that we did have after ping pong was they did have a band, a DJ and a band that we could have went down and saw. Didn't start till 9. And the more we thought about it, yeah, we could have went and saw some of our friends there. Carly could have ran around a little bit, but we ended up not doing it because we knew she was running short on sleep, even though she was being a really good girl. We knew we needed to go to bed. And honestly, by the time we left my parents anyway, it was about 10 o'clock. And we didn't want to have another 11 o'clock night for her to have to battle today again. So we did choose them. But that's where we're talking about, balance. You have to understand, and I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong. Everybody's got their own different levels of where that teeter-totter is of kids versus parents' time. But you have to give and take with that for sure. There's times where you gotta look after your kid. Then there's times where you gotta do some stuff with yourself and some stuff you want to do. Because just because you're having a kid doesn't mean you got to do everything for them. And I think it's good for them to understand that too. Let's say if Jordan and I want to go out and eat, and let's say Carly gets older and she doesn't want to go out and eat, well, too bad. We're going out and eat. You're coming along. We're going to go hang out with friends or whatever.
I agree. And could we have worked some way around to have got to go to the band for a little bit and then she stayed with your parents or someone or whatever? Yes, we could have. But like you said, it was already 9 before it started. Yeah, that's when we were weighing like, what do we do? If she didn't have the really late night the night before, we probably would have gone.
Yep.
But we didn't think it was fair to her to have to run on that low of sleep both nights. Because if you think about it, like, this is not her deciding. It's not like she's like, oh, I can go to sleep here at the middle of the park and the heat when there's lights and noise and everything. No, she can't do that. So it's us having to pull her away from that too. You need to go to bed. So that's where we have to go and make those decisions of, you know what? Do we want to do that? Yeah, but it's okay because you're more important. And then there's a balance piece of it too. Like Corey and I were talking on the drive back last night. I said, you know what? There's going to be a time that we can do that. I can see even next year, she's going to be able to hang just a little bit longer for a night. She can go down, run around at the dance, the band, whatever, and we will have a time for that. Right now, we are in the middle of toddlerhood parents, and there are things that, man, I really wanted to do that, but I just can't do it. It's not fair to her.
And there's several hybrid routes we could have went down, honestly. I mean, I was just thinking as you were talking, when I was a little kid at these dances, I remember one time, I don't remember where I fell asleep at, but I woke up at like 1 a.m. because my parents usually help kind of pick up and that sort of stuff after the dance was over. So it was like 1 a.m. and I woke up and looked up and there was just a few people around and it was dark and I went back to sleep. I was in the car. I mean, so there's a lot of different hybrids that you can do of that sort of stuff. There's not one solution. We chose one solution. Obviously, you can only choose one. Once again, it just comes back to balance. It makes, I don't know, makes you feel like you are a good parent, but at the same time, you still have to do what you want to do. I mean, you don't always, every single time, have to, cater's the wrong word, but choose the kid's side. I mean, what's best for them? Now, if you got hard sleepers, like you got more troublesome kids, probably going to lean a little more towards them, but you still got to do some stuff for yourself. And I feel like this has been our theme the last probably 2 or 3 episodes, is just trying to find that balance a little bit. And you'll learn. I mean, we learn of, hey, you know, what it's like. Just like the other morning when she was crabby, we already knew what we were in for and how to combat it. And I think that just gives you a little different experience too of, okay, this is what's going to happen. Was it the end of the world? No, it wasn't. It was like, okay, we're going to have one of these mornings.
Now, as we're sitting here thinking about it, not everything that you do for yourself is automatically going to be something that's boring for your child. The two things that, well, you know, cornhole and ping pong, she was having a blast doing something else around with us. So those are kind of the best, I feel like, is we got to play cornhole. Your parents got to hang out with her. We're thankful that they were helping watch her in between the games when we were both busy. But she was not just sitting there bored, like, oh, I got dragged to this place and boring. No, she was having a blast. And then we were doing something that was good for us as well.
And to a point, I think it helps us too, just because she's running around. She's not by your side all the time. She's going and exploring, and you're trying to figure out how to parent that a little bit of, hey, I want to keep my eye on you, but yet don't go clear to the other side of the park where I can't see you, right? Or, you know, that sort of stuff. I think it also helps with sometimes. I mean, there was several little kids around there, and you had all different parents with different strategies, right? You had grandparents there that some parents could use them to help. You had some that didn't have any grandparents there, and they just let their kid go and pray for the best. They'll just check on them, you know, once an hour or so and make sure they're still in the park. And so you kind of get all of it, but it's all comes down to your comfort zone and what you guys are, what type of parents you want to be and how you want to handle it.
And for me, like, getting to go play cornhole was almost like freeing for a moment. Like, I don't want to say, like, I absolutely love her, but when all summer long, I've been the sole responsible watching out for her, taking care of her all summer long, like during the day. Obviously, when you get home, I'm not doing it by myself. But you're the one that's, when we're going to the park, I'm always constantly watching you. Where are you at? What are we doing? What do you need help with? Like, your mind is just always in the caregiver stage, taking care of, protecting. And to go and play cornhole while she was playing around at the playground and her grandparents were there, like, oh my gosh, how fun was that? Like, it's like when I just had a little bit of a break, I guess you could say. Like, I don't have to be the one that's constantly watching her, making sure that where she's at, what she's doing, that she's not getting into things, that she's having fun and doing fun things. But I wasn't that person. And that doesn't, I'm not trying to make that sound selfish, because I love her dearly, but to get just a little bit of where I don't have to be the one that chases her around everywhere was nice.
Yeah, totally. It's a different version of when we went on our anniversary trip. It's just a little bit different. You're still living in the moment, still checking on her once in a while, seeing how she's doing, but yet you're not just solely focused on her either. So that may be another option for people too. If you don't want to go on a small little getaway, then do something like this. Go to a celebration, go do something that you want to do, but yet have some stuff lined up that the kids can go play as well. But all in all, it was a fun weekend. It's the last bash of summer, so that is the very last thing. It usually is every year. That's it. That town celebration is usually the last thing before kids go to college. Jordan starts going back to work, which this year she already has been to work for a week. So,
I know. It was a good week. I'll keep it short and simple. It was good getting back into that routine. I'm thankful that I only had to be there at 8. Tomorrow is 8. Tuesday is probably 8. And then back to before. Usually like the first day or two, it's like, I'm really good. I got to be there before my time because, it's the first day. And then it'll go back to my normal time. But it was Friday was kind of long. I think that's why I was also like tired at the end with Carly. Like, oh my gosh, are you ever going to lose these dang tournaments? I want to go home. I'm tired. She's tired. But it was good.
We were just playing to survive, honey.
I know. And
playing to survive.
And I'm glad you were having fun and you got to do that. That's great. We took one for the team. It was fine.
I'm not going to lie. I was getting tired too. I was like, oh my gosh, are we done? I didn't realize how late it was, but at the same time,
I did.
We did tie our best. Our first year, me and my buddy entered into it. We did get third place and ended up getting third place again. Last year, I think we got knocked out in 2 games and we were done. So we finally made another breakthrough. Anyway, well, it's another hot one out. I think we're going to try to go to the pool here after Carly gets up and probably be really close to our last pool day. Pool's going to close here pretty quick. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the last week or few days of summer, depending on what you got. It's a hot one. It's August now, and here before long, it's going to start cooling off. It's going to start feeling fall. And
part of like once school hits, I'm like, okay, it's fall. Bring out the sweaters and the football games and the soups.
To me, it always depends on the weather. When it starts cooling down, and then once in a while you hit like a 40-degree morning or something, you're like, woo! And you got like, I don't know, 8 different shirts, jackets, coats, you name it. That's fall.
And I'm not saying that it's fall like when school starts, but when school starts, that's when it's like, all right, it can be fall now.
That's because you got fall break coming up and you're like, hey, let's have another week off.
No, I think it's just, okay, I had my summer to do all my warm summer activities, and now that I can't be home, then make it just a little bit cooler so I can get away with a soup. I can't ever make soup for Corey for supper unless it's like 40, 50. If it's above 50, he would not have soup.
I just don't like soup. I don't care if it's negative 30. I don't like soup.
You eat some of them. You enjoy some of them.
You cook enough. And you don't cook it that often, but you still cook enough. Should have seen that face you gave me. Anyway, well, this is going to be the end of this episode. Like I said, if you're starting up school next week, good luck. Sorry, kids. Yeah. But I bet the parents to a certain point are like, yay. And, fall sports are coming. So that'll be another good thing, too, is fall sports. Football's going to start back up here real quick. So that's going to be really exciting as well.
I know. That's one thing I was just going to say. I asked Google today, when is the Chiefs' first game? Next Saturday. Wild. But here we are.
Doesn't seem like that far, but we're already halfway through August. So anyway, that's all we got for you guys today. Stay cool out there. Be safe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for listening to Parenting in Progress. If you like what you heard and you're listening to us on YouTube, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. If you're listening to us on other platforms, go ahead, give us a follow and a rating. We truly appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.